Hey people, Chad here. Have you beaten the Dark Souls trilogy? How about Bloodborne and Sekiro? Have you wanted to re-experience those games for the first time? Do you have an inexplicable masochistic urge you can never truly escape? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then do I have the game for you. Demon Souls, From Software's first attempt at making a decent game. It was such a travesty, it was considered a failure before it even came out. Released all the way back in 2009, very few people from those days are still around. But one fateful evening I had a chance encounter with one of those geriatric maniacs in Baltimore's Inner Harbor. I'll never forget what he said to me.
Demon Souls is too fucking hard. Fuck!
Needless to say, I'm still struggling to glimpse the true meaning of his words to this very day. Here's a quick lore rundown. The good King Allant delved too deep in his occult studies of the soul arts, and now the kingdom of Boletaria has been swarmed with a sordid assortment of succubi, sodomites, and scalies. Oh Lucy, only you can comfort me in these dark times. Huh? Holy shit, the game is noticeably less responsive than Dark Souls. You will get stun-locked. You will get your ass kicked. You will chimp out and tear your dick off, but if you stick with it and die hundreds of times, you will learn the combat system inside and out. If it sounds too hard, then let me introduce you to Easy Mode, Co-op. However, the only way to play the game with friends is to get more PS3s and more copies of the game, so I did just that. But within a mere 5 seconds of getting my friends to play it, they naturally said things like, "Who are you?" and "Please don't hurt me." At this point I realized, I don't have any friends. So I made them my friends. Upon being held at gunpoint to play Demon Souls, my so-called friends said it's too hard. So to prove them wrong, I beat the entire game without leveling up or upgrading my weapons. Yes, and you thought you were a gamer? Well listen here, buddy. There is no greater gamer than me. Virgin criticals kowtow before me in the streets. Gamer girls from all over the world flock to write my name on the toilet walls. Ninja quakes in fear at the mere mention of my name. Oh, looky here. This little double triple devil demon dickless crybaby bitch can't even beat the first boss of Demon Souls? Well, I'll have you know that I currently hold the no-hit blindfolded armless speedrun world record marathon for the entire From Software catalog, which I completed while on fire with my foreskin stapled behind my back. Ah! If demons steal your soul, you go hollow and lose your mind. If you die, your soul is trapped in the Nexus. As luck would have it, you die, and your soul is trapped in the Nexus. So the fog rolls in and brings a bunch of demons. What do the reasonable people of Boletaria do in response? They shut everything down and go insane. The soldiers have locked up the palace and stand there waiting for some retard to come along and completely destroy them. Massive piles of thick, latex goo transform, throw javelins at you. Dragons fly around ravishing the innocent Boletarian civilians. All of this happens in the name of the good King Allant, who sits atop the palace watching all this go down. Stonefang Tunnel is filled with miners. Why are they still working during the calamity? They probably need to fund their crippling crack cocaine habit. Just look at them. That's a crackhead if I've ever seen one. How do I know this? Well, I am a crackhead. Name one job more lucrative than making YouTube videos. How else am I supposed to fund this crippling addiction? If you go deeper into the tunnels, you'll find giant nuclear bugs and patches. But he's an asshole as usual, so let a bug nuke him and then run in to finish him off. The Tower of Latria contains the dregs of humanity. Locked within are prisoners whomst committed a crime so foul, so heinous, so unspeakable it takes all my strength not to faint as I say it. They used OnlyFans. The demons saw this and were so dismayed that they couldn't help these poor simps that they had to lock them up for their own good. Mind flayers were employed as jail keepers to prevent any simps from escaping and giving more of their hard-earned money to the e-girls. Those who did escape were swept up by the e-girls' white knights and taken to the pinnacle, where they donated the remainder of their livelihood and now spend their miserable days worshipping the very people who financially destroyed them. The Shrine of Storms is a complete shit show. Above ground, you are assaulted on all sides by giant skeletons and flying manta rays. Did I ever mention the esoteric game systems? When you kill a boss or use this game's equivalent of a humanity, you go back to body form. Why would you want to be in body form? You get full health. If you die at any point, you immediately respawn in soul form with half your total health. It's like being cursed in Dark Souls. Of course, there are items that restore a portion of your health, like the Cling Ring, but having this little health is pretty punishing for a new player, who of course would try to go back to body form whenever the opportunity presents itself. So, Let's say you come to the Shrine of Storms and get blasted off the cliff by a flying manta ray. Dying in body form darkens your world tendency. The darker the world tendency, the harder the enemies become. Eventually, at maximum darkness, bad stuff starts to happen. Dark phantoms start appearing in your world. Right at the start of Shrine of Storms, at pure black world tendency, this Sekiro wannabe charges you as soon as you spawn. He will one-shot you if you haven't dumped all your souls into vitality. I forgot how world tendency worked in my soul level 1 run, and I died a bunch in body form. Eventually, as I respawned at the start for the 10th time, I was bum rushed and immediately murdered by this guy. Imagine trying to fight him with no health and an unupgraded weapon. Well, actually, he was pretty easy, as I fought him before on a different character. The trick is to imbue your weapon with fire, which stuns him easier. Then, you just keep the pressure on so he can't attack you or heal. And if he heals, consider all your progress reset because he heals back to full health, and he can do this indefinitely. Anyway, the second part of Shrine of Storms isn't any better. Everything here can one-shot you at soul level 1. After dying countless times here, I came up with the best strategy. Fucking run for your life. The Valley of Defilement is home to the worst enemies of all, the depraved ones. Before the Demon Scourge swept through the kingdom, you could usually find them on Discord using anime profile pictures, role-playing with minors. But you may ask, why do they look like such degenerates? Did the demons do this to them? No. They always look like this, and when the fog came in, they didn't lose their minds because of the demons. The sissy pills did that to them. Kill them with extreme prejudice. Well, I'm not that clever, so I'm out of shit to talk about. There's plenty of stuff I didn't mention, like this guy who starts doing things in the Nexus when you're not looking. But that's for you to discover when you play the game. I want to talk about the real reason to play any Souls game, the bosses. What, you thought I wanted to talk about the non-existent story? Just read Berserk or something.
Alright, who's gonna jerk me off?
Unlike future Souls games using bosses that rely on learning their movesets and well-timed dodging, Demon Souls just uses a bunch of gimmicks. Vanguard one-shots you. Set Phalanx on fire. Tower Knight has weak ankles. Penetrator just has 2 moves. Use a sticky, white, S-Stock on Armor Spider. Same thing with Flame Lurker. Just fucking shoot the Dragon God. Kill the Simp and bum rush the Fool's Idol. Think the Man-Eaters are too hard? Just look at this amazing AI. The Old Monk. Oh shit, that's another player. Hit the Adjudicator's wound and set his pet bird on fire. Old Hero is an asshole. Just look at the creative bankruptcy of Demon Souls. Reusing the Storm Ruler from Dark Souls 3. Parry Champion Gundyr to death. Wait, I don't think this is Demon Souls. Set Leechmonger on fire. Set Dirty Colossus on fire. Parry the Cuck to death and his ego will kill herself. Old King Allant is an asshole. He killed me dozens of times. I lost countless hours of sleep to him until eventually on one fateful attempt.
You're a fucking idiot.
Look at this stupid piece of shit!
Ishin, the Sword Saint, is possibly the easiest boss in the game. I fought him on New Game Plus 7 with the charmless Demon Bell debuffs, and holy shit. This guy is the hardest boss in the game.
Enough is enough! I have
Too Long Didn't Watch This Game is amazing. I rate it my number of deaths over the amount of porn created for it. I highly recommend Demon Souls. It's widely accessible now more than ever. All you have to do is download the PS3 emulator and legally acquire a copy of the ISO. You can find a link to my copy in the description. Just unpack all the zip files into the same folder. As always, more content to come. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild. Wait.
Gangnam Style.
Demon!